Hello, Beez Bladers, and welcome to newcomers. You found the right channel if you're looking for weekly knife content, unboxings, and reviews. I have a new knife to unbox, so let's get to it and see what we think. This is the CRKT Pilar 3, as evidenced by the box, in D2 blade steel. If you've never received a CRKT, this is a typical box. Not a whole lot to it. Let's see what's inside. Not a whole lot of packaging. There's your little your insert. Looks like they're showing you how to make kindling. How to spice up your MRE. Okay. Let's see what it looks like. You know, I've put off getting this knife forever. Everyone has one by now, but I'm going to give you my take on it because I think it looks pretty cool and I finally decided to get it. So we'll do a upsy-closey, see what it looks like. There is the show side and the clip side, or the back side. And as you can see, this is a frame lock. And we got a big brass back spacer here that has the built-in lanyard hole. Let's see what the blade looks like. I really like this blade shape. If you guys have watched my channels, you know that I really like this drop pointy, sheep's footy look. There's that side. And this is a Yesper Voxnaes design. Good looking blade. Looks like it's ground nice and pretty. Nice and pretty. So there you are up close. All right. So there are two versions of this knife, of this particular one. There's 1-in-8 CR13 MOV. I opted for the D2. I wanted to upgrade a little bit. I mean, I wouldn't even mind if it was a little more than that, but I'm perfectly happy with D2. You just got to make sure if you get it all wet and grimy that you dry it off. So that's not a problem. I will put links in the description below so you can check it out for yourself. The HCR version is $10 cheaper. You will not get this this brass backspacer. It will be stainless steel. So let's check out some specs, action, comparisons, and ergos, all that good stuff. We'll see how much she weighs. How much does she weigh? The specs that I have says it should weigh 3.8, and it comes in at 3.83. So pretty close, not too bad. Let's check out some other specs here. We'll move in just a little bit. And so you have a blade length of 2.976 inches. So you can see the sharpened edge is just shy of 3 inches. And you know, you guys might have a better perspective camera-wise if I do it like this. So that gives you a better idea. So there's that. Your overall length is 7.18 inches. Your handle length is 4.25. Let's see how close they are to that. And yeah, we're just a hair over 4.25. Again, this is D2 steel. Let's check out the stock thickness here. What is our blade stock? 0 out. And we're coming in at, I have 0.145. Wow, that's pretty chunky. They have it listed as 0.148. So pretty close to what they have it listed. You have a spear point, pretty much. It's kind of a drop point, spear point, and a nice stonewash finish. Looks like I got a little marring there. Maybe. I haven't wiped it off or cleaned it off because I just opened it. Your handle material is G10, and over here you've got 2 CR13 in stainless steel with your stainless steel lock bar. It's actually a frame lock. We'll check out some more specs here in just a second. What kind of pocket clip we got going on here? Oh, it's a right side tip up carry only. And you've got, oh, look at that, nice. That is very nice. So your pocket clip is recessed and so are the screws. So that should turn out to be pretty nice. Nice strong clip. It says IKBS ball bearing pivot. which should give it a nice action. And once again, you have a brass back spar. Anybody know what a back spar? That sounds like a new knife that's coming out. Has anyone got the new back spar? This is your back spacer, the built-in lanyard hole. And if you're still watching and you enjoy knife content, unboxings, full reviews of knives after they've been carried, used, sharpened, etc., please like this video, subscribe, and smash the bell button so you don't miss out on at least a couple of point of view episodes every week. I only ask once per episode, so there's that. Thank you. Thank you very much. So let's check out the fit and finish. So far, I haven't seen a whole lot. Let's look up real nice and close here. So as far as your finish right here, I guess it depends on how picky you are. That gives you an idea. Now, this G10 has a really nice texture. It's not too heavy. It's not sharp at all, but it gives you just enough texture, you know, for your fingerprints to grab a hold of. Now on the inside, right here, you can hear that? I wouldn't call it sharp, but I wouldn't call it smooth either. You know, a lot of G10 where they don't have a liner, I wish they could chamfer or just smooth the inside edge. See here where it's grabbing skin? Hear that? And of course, I guarantee it's going to be a little tinky. Yep. Whenever you don't have liners on the inside of G10, you get that. But this does not feel cheap in any way. It feels very sturdy. So that's definitely not taken away from it. Let's check out this side of the blade. It looks pretty nice. So as far as the finish, it looks good. It feels smooth. No rock, no blade play. Let's check out the lock bar. We've got at least 50% lock up there. Oh, what, 55? So plenty of lock, but there's no stick whatsoever. If you're a lanyard hole person, you got plenty of lanyard hole to go by there. And this pocket clip's not giving me any issues as far as sharpness. Let's check it out in the jeans real quick. Let's see what it looks like when carried. Got the old jeans, Jeanarooskies. All right. Well, so on your carry, there's what you get. I don't really care for having the branding on the clip, but that's no problem. So you got a little bit sticking out there, but it's overall attractive. So that's not too shabby, you know. I don't really care if someone knows I have a knife, but some of you might have issue with that. So no big there. Let's check out the action. Our pivot, again, is on KBS ball bearings, and it feels pretty smooth. Let's see. Let me move back out for you. There I go again, looking for the flipper tab. It's not there. Oh, man, that's nice and easy. Nice and easy. Easy breezy. Man, the deployment for the reverse flick is just... The detent is tuned perfectly for that. How's it go with the thumb? Oh, now see, I have this issue whenever I've got a lock bar or a frame lock. If you go to do the thumb stud or the thumb deployment, if your finger's over here pushing down on the frame lock, well, you're kind of fighting against yourself. So if my fingers aren't on the frame lock at all, and I try to open it with my thumb, what do we got? Okay, I can do it. Sometimes I really have issues with that. You have to watch your finger placement, because if you're squeezing right here and your finger is pushing on the frame lock, you're not going to open it. I don't care who you are. Now this is going to be easy for both your fingers to get a hold of it and do a nice slow roll, which you don't always have to be flinging the blade open. Although that's my preference, because I like to fidget and I like to be able to get the knife out, put the knife up, one-handed, back in the pocket. So this one, of course, I do like open with the blade like that, so that's going to work really well. But here is not a whole lot of not a noise, so it's pretty quiet. I'm liking that. The detent, I mean, it snaps open. Doesn't necessarily snap shut, but The detent is really tuned perfectly for opening this knife. See how she drops. Oh yeah, look at that. It just shuts with ease, no problem. This isn't one of those knives you have to learn how it works. It just works so nice and smooth right from the box. So that's really nice. Hey guys and gals, you can follow me on Instagram at Beez Blades. You can also email me beezblades@gmail.com. I'll put those in the description. And thank you to my Patreon supporter. Yeah! If you want to help out the channel with purchasing knives for review, because they're expensive, there will be a link to the Patreon in the description also. So let's do some size comparisons, check the ergos, and move along here. Moving in. And going with my regulars, my normies. Here is... Do we have enough room? Would you guys be able to see well as I scrape up everything? Here is the Spyderco Tenacious. And the Spyderco Manix 2. So you can see, you know, for a not so big knife, it has a nice size blade on it. The blade is almost exactly the Manix 2. The Manix 2 doesn't have much on it. So in a smaller profile knife, you get a pretty nice size blade. So there's those two. And you know, let me back up here. How wide, let me show you guys. Let's see how wide a profile we got here. So it looks like we're coming in at less than 1 1/4 inch total, counting the blade. So that's not too bad at all. That's not too shabby. And I'll get a couple more for you. Now here is one of my recent favorites. Man, you talk about a fidget dream. I love this knife. Here's the CJRB Maileah. And how about the mini Tuff Lite? So there's, I know a lot of folks have the mini Tuff Lite, so this will give you an idea. Let me do a swap ski for you. There's the mini Tuff Lite, which I believe this is going to be 1 inch sharpened blade. And here is the big boy, the regular Tuff Lite, for size comparison. So you see there's not a whole lot of difference there. But as far as feel, this one feels cheap. This one is heavy duty. I'll do a couple more for you. The very popular Kershaw Leek. A lot of you guys have that. That'll give you an idea of, you have a little more handle. The blade, you pretty much have, looks like about the same blade cutting length. And another very popular QSP Penguin. A lot of folks have the Penguin. So if you have one of those, that'll give you an idea. Looks like Penguin has a little more blade. Not a whole lot. So how does it feel in the hand? You know, overall on the outside, checking for sharpness, I am detecting a little bit on the inside of the G10, right inside here, right along this edge of the G10. Let's see how it feels when it's open. Now, if you hold this just by the handle, you're going to be far away from your cutting edge. So this knife is pretty much, it just naturally falls in your hand on the finger choil. So you do have a nice finger choil, and there's plenty of room for sharpening here without making a smile at the drop. So I really, really like that. It feels pretty comfortable as a slicer. And this would also be a good cutter, good utility knife for making cuts. But overall, it's you know, there is a little bit of sharpness in here. And I have noticed that a few times in this short 15 minutes. But using it, let me cut a couple things real quick, see what it feels like. But I am feeling the inside of this. And what I've done on a couple of my knives before is get some really super high grit sandpaper and just go along the edge, just along the inside where it's grabbing my fingernail, right along that edge, and just soften that just a little bit is all you have to do. So, you know, I wouldn't call that a deal breaker whatsoever. Not at all. But let's cut a couple things. Piece of cardboard. Got some cardboard to cut. How does it feel? Oh, man. I'm putting no effort whatsoever into cutting that. It is just slicing right through it. Very nice, very nice. Like, you do have a point so you can pierce to open packages or whatever. And let's cut a piece of leather and see how that feels. Got this super piece of leather that has been challenging knives lately. I got a hold of a super duper. I mean, this thing, gosh, will it cut without effort? Oh, yeah. Yeah. This is a good slicer. You could definitely chop up an apple with this. Oh, yeah. Now that is how it's supposed to be. I mean, I'm happy about this. But this is coming back to me. It's all coming back. Right there. So there's a hot spot. That's definitely a hot spot. But man, this blade, it is super slicey. I'll go through all of my leather just playing with that blade. So definitely a thumbs up on both of those. So your cutting is good. My overall first impressions, I'm not getting any other sharp spots. Your blade is nice and rounded off on the edges. A nice swedge. It's a pretty attractive knife. Your hardware, what kind of hardware are we looking at here? Ooh, I can tell by looking, that's a T8 and these are all T6s. I don't know if you can tell the difference, but those are all T6s. I can just tell by looking at them. I think I took them inside. I was going to show you, but it's pretty evident. And these are going to be T6s also, which of course I prefer them all to be T8s, but so that would be a kind of a meh. But there is the Pilar 3. Let me know what you think if you have one. Oh, and a couple of things about, I had the original Pilar, and then I had the Pilar Large. I had sent the Pilar Large back because I had issues. I could not get the pocket clip off, and I even heated the screws, still couldn't get them off. So that one I sent back. This one, I don't see any reason to send it back. I don't have any problems yet, and these screws all look nice and clean, so I don't think I'm going to have any issues. But let me know what you think about yours. If you have one of these, what are your experiences? Of course, I will come back after some experience in using this knife. Have a relaxed rest of your day or evening, and don't forget, please, don't cut yourself.